I hate Dragon Ball. Now, before you obliterate me with a universe-ending Kamehameha, just hear me out. Dragon Ball is, without a doubt, one of the greatest, if not greatest, creations in anime and manga history. It sparked the love for anime for an entire generation, myself included. While I may only vaguely follow Dragon Ball these days, I will always respect its legacy. With that being said, Dragon Ball is an anime that I can never truly hate. But when it comes to power scaling, one thing is certain. Always bet on Dragon Ball. There is not a single sound argument where you could put an entire verse of another anime against Dragon Ball and seriously think that Dragon Ball would lose. People are even convinced that Saitama, the man who exists to parody power, gets destroyed by Goku. Here's the issue. Instead of analyzing a character based on their strengths, weaknesses, or how they might creatively overcome challenges, with Dragon Ball, you could simply say, yeah, but Piccolo destroyed a moon. Frankly, it makes power scaling debates dull and predictable. It's no longer a measure of character depth or battle ingenuity, it's just a question of who can blow up the biggest celestial body. Does destroying a moon really make someone a better fighter? Is this the way that we should measure combat between characters from different anime and manga? If that's what power scaling boils down to, is it even worth discussing? I'm Void Enigma, and this is the Enigmatic Void, where we will unravel all of the enigmas of anime. And today's topic is why Dragon Ball should be removed from most power scaling concepts, because let's be real, it'll always be a one-sided stomp. While some exceptions exist, an argument can always be had about how they can't beat Goku. Dragon Ball fans often argue that Goku is unbeatable, while fans of characters like Saitama or Gojo will passionately defend their own. This clash of perspectives fuels endless debates on forums and in the comment sections of videos like this. Take someone like Krillin, arguably one of the weakest characters in Dragon Ball. Despite his reputation, Krillin could still wipe out the entire verse of another anime without breaking a sweat. And it doesn't even stop there. When you bring up characters with unique abilities like characters with hacks who could theoretically beat Goku, fans are quick to argue, yeah, but Goku can just blitz them before they can even blink. For example, let's take something crazy like Light Yagami versus Goku. Let's assume that Light knows Goku's name. He's hidden somewhere on Earth and he's about to write Son Goku in his death note to kill him with a heart attack in 40 seconds. But fans will immediately shut this down and say, doesn't matter, Goku can easily destroy Japan in half a second. At this point, what's the point of this debate? Is it even a contest at this point, or is it just Goku flexing his massive power level while everyone just watches hopelessly? Well, I mean, it is Goku, so I guess that is what it is. Power scaling doesn't have to be a long schlong measuring competition to see who can blow up the biggest planet, or who finishes faster with concept like who's faster than the speed of light. The best examples of power scaling focus on strategy, creativity, and limitations, not just raw power. Take Hunter x Hunter for example. Characters like Gon and Killua aren't the strongest in their world, but the introduction of Nen makes power scaling more intricate. It's not just about who punches harder, it's about how you use your abilities. One of the most memorable quotes from the series is, if you're thinking about who's going to win, then you've already lost. Another prime example is, of course, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Sure, some stands are ridiculously overpowered, but victory in JoJo comes rarely down to a matter of raw strength. It's about cleverness and adaptability. Imagine if Goku were to rush Dio. I mean, Dio would be able to stop time for a few seconds. Although that probably wouldn't save him, but still, it adds a layer of intrigue and makes the battle more interesting to imagine. When power scaling is done right, it's not about who has the biggest attack. It's about how characters overcome challenges. There's limitations, weaknesses, and clever tactics that create tension and keep the audience invested. That's what makes fights feel meaningless. But with Dragon Ball, that just throws all of that concept out of the window, especially when you compare it to other anime. The first thing that people will claim is, character A can't even touch Goku. So there's no point in even discussing this concept. Despite all this, there are still fun debates on who can beat Goku. You set a pedestal for what a character can do when faced against the absolute strongest. Nah, I'd win comes to mind when there are many characters who fit into this category. Characters like Ainz from Overlord or Anos Voldegold, bringing reality-bending abilities to the table, while others, like the Flash from the DC Comics, challenge Goku in a way that really bend the concepts of space and pushes everything to its limits. Maybe it's not about the result, but rather the process. These debates let fans think creatively, stretching the limits of their favorite character and imagine impossible crossovers. For instance, my nephew claims that Renmaru, a literal slime, can easily destroy Goku. I mean, what if I threw Kirby into the mix? Would Goku stand a chance against Kirby? Hell, we could even take it a step further and say, what if Goku went up against something like the SCP entities? Those are all fun power scaling topics that we should explore, rather than talking about how Goku will completely destroy a different universe. What do you all think though? Should Dragon Ball sit out of normal power scaling debates, or is it fair game? Let me know what you all think in the comments below. I just created this channel and I'm excited to bring a fun and interactive space for everything anime. I have quite a few ideas I have planned to bring to life, so please, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Until next time, Enigma out.